Hi, my name's Derek, and in this Avoca Video Executive Summary, we'll be looking at Customer Experience Management, a way to create engaging customer experience that allow an organization to move customers from satisfied to loyal, and then from loyal to advocate. We'll start with a quick introduction, and then show you what's possible when you use the technologies and experience of Adobe and Avoca to improve your customer's experience. Think about what your organization does. Whether you're in the corporate, government, or not-for-profit sectors, chances are you provide a product or service, or both, to a customer. Even if your focus is internal within your organization, perhaps you work in the human resources department of a large bank, you're still providing a service to a customer. The difference being that the customer is internal, your organization's staff. So when we talk about customer, we mean the recipient of the products or services you provide. So if that's you, then who is your customer? How much do you really know about them? How do they choose to engage with your organization? Do they have a preference for the online channel, as many, if not the majority of people do these days? Or do they prefer traditional methods of engagement like over-the-counter, phone, mail, or even fax? Unless you're a focused online business like Amazon, chances are you support all of these channels. So when considering the customer experience in dealing with your organization, you have to consider all of these channels. Most organizations treat each of these channels in isolation, trying to improve each one independently of the others. But when your customer engages with your organization, they probably experience all channels and form their opinion of your organization based on the complete customer experience. For example, you may have had a fantastic experience signing up for car insurance online, but when you called the call center to make that first claim, it was a slow and painful experience. Now, when looking at the customer experience, we need to recognize that the customer experience is across all channels. And so in this example, the customer experience with the insurance company would probably be poor. So what can we do about it? Well, the term customer experience management was coined by Pine and Gilmore in a Harvard Business Review article in 1998, where they described successful businesses as ones that influence people through engaging, authentic experiences that render personal value. And the approach of creating, delivering, and improving these engaging and authentic experiences is customer experience management. Now, the goal of customer experience management is to take satisfied customers and make them loyal, and then take loyal customers and make them advocates, singing your praises and promoting you on social networks. And when you consider the statistic that 78% of consumers trust peer recommendations, these advocates are critical to your success. So let's break that customer experience down and consider all aspects of the customer's engagement with your organization. Typically, they discover products and services that we offer and that they may be interested in. Once the research is done, hopefully they'll apply for the appropriate products or services. And then we need to service that request. And then ongoing, we need to service that relationship with the customer. And then there will be regular communications between us and the customer throughout the relationship. Now, in order to move from satisfied to loyal and from loyal to advocate, we need to be constantly improving the customer experience. So if we have a system of analytics in place to capture metrics about the customer experience, then we're getting actionable data on where things can be improved. Are customers finding what they're looking for? Are they abandoning applications? Are we meeting our service levels? And so on. But analytics are only useful if you produce feedback from those metrics and drive that into dynamically delivering improved content and information out to our customers, improving the end-to-end customer experience. This is not just about the online channel. This process applies to all channels by which a customer can engage with our organization. So turning the concept into reality, let's look at how successful organizations are creating engaging customer experiences. Historically, customer experiences have been created by systems-driven enterprises. That is, enterprises where user and customer experiences are dictated by the core systems such as the ERP, CRM, ECM, and many other acronyms. The core functionalities of these systems is pushed up through the internet and onto the screen of the customer. And with it comes the complexity of those solutions. The data-driven database table structures of those systems, the requirement to learn those systems. And furthermore, these are user interfaces or experiences that have been created by developers who know far too much about how computers work to design user interfaces for mere mortals. Worse still, if the organization has analytics in place to understand how the customer is using their services, whether online, on phone, in person, or on paper, then using those analytics to change the customer experience means changing those core systems, which is risky, time-consuming, and costly. So the experience evolves slowly, whilst customers find easier self-service options elsewhere. But an amazing thing happens when you reverse this approach. When you go outside in and start with the experiences you want to create for your customers, and you build that experience, plugging it into the data sources in your core business systems using recognized standards such as web services, then you end up with a customer experience that is not only functional, but one that people will come back to for more, whether they're online, in person, by phone, or mail. Think about it. The people who design a car engine don't design the body. Now everybody knows the engine is the critical component of the car, but the exterior, the look, is what typically attracts customers. So why shouldn't your customer experiences be the same? Adobe have created a suite of technologies to deliver a complete customer experience management solution. These technologies are the ability to discover, apply, and service customers with Adobe Lifecycle, the ability to communicate with customers using a combination of Adobe Connect, Adobe PDF, and Lifecycle, capturing analytics and driving optimization using Omniture, and then taking that feedback from Omniture to create and deliver dynamic content through Day software. So enough talk. Let's have a look at an example of what a customer experience can look like. In this demonstration, I'm playing the role of Akira Tanaka, and I've established a new manufacturing business, and I'm keen to understand if there are government grants that can help me operate and expand the business. Like the majority of people these days, my first port of call is the appropriate government website, in this case the businessassist.gov portal. On the right hand side we see a Finance Explorer which offers information about funding options available to business. I'll click to find out more. I'm asked information about my business, so we'll complete the missing fields and the Continue button is enabled. I'm presented with a map of the state of California, and by simply moving my mouse over the map I can see that it's interactive, highlighting the investments to date, and in the pie chart on the right hand side I'm shown the funding still available. And in my particular county it looks like there's still quite a bit of funding available for manufacturing businesses, so it's probably worthwhile applying for a grant. I'm a registered user on this site, so I'm going to log in. Once logged in, my dashboard gives me immediate visibility of the status of cases I've already submitted for processing. I've got a loan inquiry with a form request that's overdue, and I've got a startup consultancy request that's complete. On the right I can see that there's a form wizard that will guide me through all aspects of starting and operating my business and should help with my grant application. The form wizard has pre-populated known information about my business, so let's add some missing details. We're going to be working with plastics. Yes, no, yes. As I make these selections, the required licenses and applications needed appear on the right. But there's also a globe icon against the industrial waste collection. When I click on the globe, I'm informed of an environmental grant available for a business like mine. So I'll click on the Apply Now button and come back to the other licenses and applications later. Once again, the application form is pre-populated with known information about me and my business, and has included a map of the factory location to confirm it's correct. This is an interactive PDF form, so if required I could save it to my computer for completion at a later time or with the assistance of somebody else, or even print the form if required. But I'll scroll down and complete the form online while there's still some funding available. If I don't have a digital signature, I can print the form, sign it and submit. All the form data is encapsulated in this two-dimensional barcode you can see here, meaning the Business Assist employees would not need to rekey the data. They could simply scan the barcode. But I do have a digital signature, so I'll digitally sign the form, allowing for online submission. You may be interested to know that in Australia, the tax office is issuing digital signatures to all registered businesses to facilitate more online secure transactions. So digital signing is a reality right now. Now let's switch roles to Conrad Sims, a caseworker at Business Assist. As Conrad, I've received a notification of a new application from Akira, so I'll click to open it. I'm presented with a summary of all my cases. By running the mouse over the pie chart, I can see that of my cases there are 57 pending cases. And by clicking on the pending section of the pie chart, the list above is filtered to show me my pending cases, and Akira's is at the top. I'll click to open it. I'm presented with a case history, and by clicking the application tab at the top, I can see Akira's grant application and make a determination of an appropriate level of funding support. The application is for funding of $400,000. I can adjust the assigned amount by dragging the slider, and my actions result in the grant distribution amount being adjusted up above, showing me the remaining funding available in the manufacturing category. I'm happy with where we're at, so I don't need the grant distribution tile anymore and will dispense with that. Let's bring up some background information on Akira's business. As a caseworker, I know there are restrictions on environmental grants in California for manufacturing businesses. So we'll look at the attachments for Akira's application to ensure everything's in order. I can see that there's a floor plan attached to the application form, so let's take a look at how the factory will be laid out. Upon reviewing the floor plan, I have concerns about a particular installation that I'd like to discuss with the applicant. So we'll save this view so we can get back to it easily when we have a chance to talk to the applicant. And we'll close the PDF window. I'd like to set up a collaboration session with Akira, so I'm going to create a blank panel here, and I'm going to add in the collaboration capability to this panel. We'll set this up so it's ready to go later when we get a chance to speak to Akira. I'm presented with an Adobe Connect room, and I'd like to send an invitation to Akira to join me in this meeting. As you would expect, the email address is pre-populated, so I can simply click send. So let's switch back to Akira's view of the world. As Akira, I receive a message regarding my application from Conrad. I can see that there's an email inviting me to a web conference meeting. I'll click on the link. As the web meeting is delivered by Adobe Connect, I only need the Adobe Flash Player to attend the meeting. So there's no additional meeting software to install, as 99% of people already have the Flash Player. Conrad opens his previously saved view and opens the commenting toolbar to highlight the issue on the floor plan. Conrad circles the problem item, recommends it is moved, and if so, feels my factory will be compliant with the current regulations and the application will be approved. I'll agree to the changes. Subsequently, Conrad sends me a file to sign, verifying my acceptance of the proposed changes. Again, I'll digitally sign the confirmation and submit immediately. Back at Conrad's desk, the declaration has been received. Conrad can confirm the declaration has been signed and clicks to approve the request. Akira subsequently receives a notification that his application has been approved. I think you'll agree, an engaging, compelling and genuine customer experience like this would turn a customer from being satisfied with the Business Assist service to being an advocate for Business Assist. And this customer experience can be delivered today through the tools and technologies of Adobe when combined with the implementation expertise of Avoca. For more information on creating engaging customer experiences, please contact us through avoca.com. Thank you.